I've been playing drums now for about 6-7 years. And in that time, I've only ever owned electronic drums. Now this has been fine for practice, but it's only more recently that I've actually started recording my drums. Link to the music videos is below or above somewhere. I still don't know how YouTube works. For the sounds in those videos, I've actually been using my Roland TD11 and TM2 trigger module. Link to that unboxing in the video up and below, but I really don't know how YouTube works anymore. Anyway, there have been some changes since then. I did add a Mapex double bass pedal. And most notably, 2 CY12 crash cymbals. Because they feel better, and because they actually look symmetrical now, which is amazing. The sounds of the TD11, frankly, are not really recording ready, but with some major tweaking and heavy layering, the kit I've personally been using sounds not half bad. However, this setup was a little limited in the sounds and styles I could play, so I, well, looked for some new sounds. Whoop! My first plan was to get one of the new Roland modules, that being either the TD17 or TD27, but the modules didn't sound, in my opinion, any better than the kit I'm currently using. So I looked on eBay for some used TD30s, but for £1,300 it was a little pricey. Even a TD25 that shared some of the sounds of the TD30 was going for like 500 quid. And at this point I kinda given up, but then I discovered something called VSTs. Sounds like a disease. In short, I found out that a VST was not a disease. It was like a drum module, but it ran through your laptop on something called a DAW, which sounds like a fancy audio recorder instrument MIDI thing. For me, this would be Cubase Elements, as it was only £85. Now I say only because damn, these things can get expensive. £539 for Ableton Live, and £773 for Avid Pro Tools Ultimate. 1 year subscription. What? Can I just talk about subscriptions for a second? Because I feel like companies have gone from making products that then we buy to products that we have to buy for the rest of our lives to keep, and we will overpay. If I buy a product, I typically want to keep it, so having this whole, oh, you can quit whenever you want, is irrelevant to me. Just give me the product and I'll pay you a little more. Please, companies, stop subscriptions. Now I know I'm paying for Adobe Suite, but I'm getting a student discount on that, and for some reason you need to be studying musical accompaniments for the Spanish High Flute to get any discount on any music software ever, and especially for DAWs you need to be, I don't know, Beethoven's son. Anyway, I spent a few days looking at different drum VSTs and I found 4 main options. Easy Drummer 2, Superior Drummer 3, Stephen Slate Drums, and Addictive Drums 2. At 330 quid, Superior Drummer 3 seemed a little expensive, and especially if the expansions were 140 quid as well. So I decided to try Easy Drummer, Stephen Slate, and Addictive Drums, as they all had free trials and I could just see what they sounded like. Now, the only difference in playability between the VSTs is that on Steven Slate drums, the choking cymbal is a little delayed and meant to be more realistic, but to me, when I'm playing it in grooves and songs, it's slightly noticeable, but it still acts as a choke and isn't just the cymbal ringing out as it would normally. To me, it all sounded good, much better than the TD11 and even newer modules for that matter. But in the end, I went with Steven Slate drums as this was mainly due to the sounds, the MIDI mapping, and overall package really. But with this DAW VST solution, this does allow me later down the line to add Easy Drummer or Superior Drummer or anything like that. So even though I picked Steven Slate, it doesn't mean that that's the one that I have to stick with now. I'm really good at holding on to sticks, you see. Going from a drum module type of setup to a laptop VST type thing, a few things changed. Most notably is the sounds. They just sound way better, but not just like single like sample type things, but just like the resonance and the sustain of like the cymbals actually last more than a couple of seconds, and it just sounds better. Damn! I've not mentioned latency yet. This is one area I was a little concerned about because my laptop is not that powerful. I'm only running with the upgraded amount of RAM, about 8 gigs, and for storage I'm using a newly strapped on SSD because for some reason the connectors in laptops are not the same. Anyway, on to latency. So to reduce latency in Cubase, you go to Studio Setup, VST Audio System, and I set that to my TD11. In the TD11 tab, go to Control Panel, and then set your audio buffer to 2 or as low as you can possibly go with relatively good stability. So one area that is different between a module-based system and this is waiting for the kit to load. Some of these kits are like 2+ gigabytes, and they take, depending on how many new instruments they're loading, between 5 and 20 seconds sometimes. So that is one area where you can't just switch kits willy-nilly, you sort of need to pick one and sort of stick with it. So expect to hear some different drums in the upcoming covers and music videos because, you know, I have more than one kit now. That kit sounds amazing, oh my days. you've got any questions, great. It means I'm not the only one. And thank you everyone for watching, and why am I still here? There have been some changes since then. I've added a Mapex roll. Please be picking up my voice, that will be really useful. Hitting a wall with a spoon now. I think that sounded right. All the speaking parts are done. That's exactly right. So loud. Anyway, then I started looking. I think that was the one. To me, if you enjoyed the video, I'd appreciate a like. Sod it, we're not doing any of that. I did say those the wrong way around, but we'll go with that. Ooh, that is loud in my ears. Being the TD17 and